Hey there, Pokemon fans, Readers here with another deck review video. So I haven't deck reviewed, playtested and hit the tournaments with any deck for the past 3 or maybe 4 weeks, and that's basically because I was quite busy and I had run out of ideas. So now I created a video and I asked you to send me your deck lists. A few people did, and that's fantastic. I will start featuring your decks from the next week. This is a deck that I found. No one sent that to me, I just found it online, and I think that it is fantastic, and I call it Amazing Manectric. It features Manectric and Mega Manectric EX, as we will probably see, and the reason why I want to deck review this video so much this week is because if you go to the Versus rewards ladder, currently it features Manectric EX. Okay, there is an update to my progress as well. I'm doing fine in this ladder. So Manectric EX is the featured card of this versus reward ladder. So I have a deck that matches the versus reward ladder, and I think that this is awesome. So let's just take a look at this deck. Yeah, let's see it that way. So we start off with the Pokemon. Oh, I have not reviewed the deck for so many weeks. I hope that I will be fine with that. So we have two Seimini X, and that's pretty much self-explanatory. Seimini X with the set up ability. Whenever you play these cards from your hand onto your bench, you may draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. Everybody pretty much knows what Seimini X does. It is an awesome card, very extremely playable, and it just fixes your hand whenever you need it. The Sky Return, we don't really use the Sky Return. We may have to, but if we have to use the Sky Return, we will be in huge trouble, and and that will not be good. So that's a supporter Pokemon, I would say. Same with Hoopa. Hoopa is a supporter Pokemon as well. It helps us bring the Manectrics, Mega Manectrics, and Seimin EXs. Most of the times I bring 2 Manectric EX and 1 Seimin, or 1 Manectric EX and 2 Seimins, something like that. And by the way, whenever I Ultra Ball, which we will get there, whenever I Ultra Ball, most of the times I try to bring out the Hoopa instead of Seimin, because the Hoopa is 1 Ultra Ball for 4 actually Pokemon, and that's fine, that's awesome. So the main star of this deck is Manectric EX, an electric type, lightning type Pokemon with 170 HP, which is okay for a Pokemon EX, not the best, but that's okay. With 1 energy, overrun, 20 damage. This attack does 20 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Not, it's okay, I guess. And Assault Laser, 60 damage with 2 energy. If your opponent's active Pokemon has a Pokemon Tool card attached to it, this attack does 60 more damage. So this is a 120 damage attack if your opponent has a Tool card. Most of the times your opponent has a Tool card, but most of the times you don't want to attack with the Assault Laser, but you want to attack with Mega Manectric EX. What's bad about these, both Manectric EX and Mega Manectric EX, is the weakness to a fighting type. That's a very bad thing. But when we evolve this Manectric EX to Mega Manectric EX, we get a huge HP increase. We hit 2010 HP, which is fantastic. And Turbo Bolt with just 2 energy. That's crazy. With just 2 energy, it deals 110 damage, and it has the ability to attach 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. So whenever you hit once with Mega Manectric EX, you prepare your second Mega Manectric EX in the bench, and that's exactly the plan here, because Mega Manectric EX has a free retreat cost, 0 retreat cost. It's free to retreat that, and that means that you just switch between your active and bench Mega Manectric EX, and you heal your damaged Mega Manectric EXs with Rough Seas. With Rough Seas. But we will get there. So 4 and 3 Mega Manectric EX. I'm not sure if I don't have 4 copies here, because the person from which I copied the list didn't have a 4th Mega Manectric EX, or if I have 3 Mega Manectric EX, because a 4th is not necessary. But I feel like there is no need for 4 Mega Manectric EXs. 3 are very are good. Okay, so we talked about Hoopa. This Articuno, I'm not sure exactly why it's here. It was in the list, and I find it quite useful sometimes for the sleep, actually, for your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep, or if I have to deal with opponent Pokemon which are basic Pokemon, non-EXs, I like to draw 2 prizes, because the strategy of this deck is to kill as fast as possible and draw a lot of prizes very fast. And it is quite easy with Mega Manectric EX to put 3 energy on Articuno in just 1 turn. One attack, you put the 2 energy, next turn you are ready to attack with Articuno. Same with Regice. Regice basically locks all your opponent's Pokemon EXs with the Resistance Blizzard. 70 damage during your opponent's next turn, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon by Pokemon EX. So basically that means that if your opponent has only Pokemon EX, this Regice will win the game. That guarantees a victory. That Regice guarantees a victory. Moving on to the trainers. Okay, it looks like there's no difference here. We have 3 Acrobike. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Put 1 of them into your hand. Discard the other card. And we need a discard. We have Battle Compressor as well. And basically we have Battle Compressor to move supporters in our graveyard when we have VS Seeker in our hand and we need to use the VS Seeker, or basically move energy cards in our graveyard, discard pile, in our discard pile to use the Turbo Bolt ability to attach 2 energy cards from our discard pile to one of our benched Pokemon. So Battle Compressor does that, Ultra Ball does that, Acrobike does that, and that's fantastic. And Professor Sycamore, of course, does the same thing. We have 1 Enhanced Hammer to just basically destroy a special energy, discard the special energy from our opponent's Pokemon. We have a Mega Turbo, which really helps to attach a basic energy card from our discard pile to one of our Mega Evolution Pokemon. So if we have just only 1 energy in our hand and we need to power up this Mega Manectric EX, this Mega Turbo is here for us. We have 2 Switch basically to retreat our Hoopa if we get a Lysander in our Hoopa, or any of these heavy retreat cost Pokemon. This has 2, 2, and 3, I guess. Yes, 3. This has 2, which is way too much. So Switch really helps with that. It also helps with Manectric and Seimin if we have to, but we will probably never have to. Most of the times I retreat the Hoopa, which got Lysander for preventing all that extremely fast 110 damage from Mega Manectric EX. Then we have 3, I guess. Yes, 3 trainers mail. We look at the top 4 cards of our deck and we try to find a trainer. We try to hit any of those. Everything may be useful. So yeah, that's basically it. And also we need to thin our deck to draw the cards that we need the most. We have 4 Ultra Balls to bring out our Hoopa or our Seimin or our Mega Manectric sometimes, or maybe those non-EXs as well. We have 4 VS Seeker because why not? Every single deck has 4 VS Seeker. Now this AZ is awesome. It returns. Put 1 of your Pokemon into your hand. Discard all cards attached to it. So most of the times I find myself playing AZ on Hoopa to return it from the active spot, which it probably got Lysandered, and I just AZ the Hoopa and promote my Mega Manectric again. Of course you can abuse the Seimin ability and return Seimin and play Seimin again and do the setup ability, or one other thing that I find very useful is when I realize that my opponent has only Pokemon EXs and I have Regice ready and already attacked once, I try to abuse AZ with VS Seeker to completely remove my whole bench to prevent my opponent from Lysandering my bench and knocking out my bench instead of hitting the Regice wall. So that's how I use AZ. I have used AZ many times to empty my bench when Regice is just destroying my opponent's Pokemon EXs. so keep that in mind. We have one Lysander for obvious reasons, to just force our opponent to promote a Pokemon in the active spot. One Professor's Bridge's Observation, which is probably the best draw supporter card. We even draw 4 or 7 cards depending on the coin flip, and we shuffle the hand into the deck. We have 4 Professor Sycamore to get out of very bad situations by discarding our whole hand and drawing 7 fresh cards. That also works fine with the energy, which we need to discard. We have 2 Sona to shuffle, to basically shuffle our hand in the deck and draw 5 cards. 3 Rough Seas to heal our Mega Manectrics. We can actually heal everything but the Saimins and Hoopa, which are supporter cards. So we don't really care about those cards. We just want the fetch from Hoopa and the draw from Saimin, and then those Pokemon are useless. We will never ever attack with Hoopa. So yeah. We have 3 Manectric Spirit Link, which is extremely necessary for this deck to work. Without the Spirit Link, it's basically useless. We cannot play Mega Pokemon EXs without Spirit Links. This turn that we lose is a pure disaster, especially if we have to evolve more than once. And in this specific deck, we need to evolve more than once. We cannot rely on just one Mega Manectric EX. We need to have at least 2 in order to switch back and forth between damaged and not damaged Mega Manectric EX. Then we have 2 Muscle Bands, basically most often for the Regis, or if it happens to evolve in a dead turn, to evolve a Mega Manectric EX without the Manectric Spirit Link, we may put the Muscle Band here to increase the damage to 130, but most often we will not. Most often this Muscle Band will go to the Regis or even Articuno. Very rare, but maybe on Saimin EX as well. Next we have 7 Lightning type energy and 4 Water type energy. The Water type energy is obviously for Regis and Articuno, and Lightning type energy for everything basically, but most importantly for Mega Manectric EX. Now I was seriously thinking about the special Lightning type energy, which actually removes the weakness. And I think that we could run, maybe not a playset, but 1 or 2, maybe 3 special Lightning energy, but I'm so afraid of the Enhanced Hammer. Right now we are Enhanced Hammer proof. We will never get Enhanced Hammer in this deck. And also this Turbo Bolt does not return non-basic energy, so it kinda negates Mega Manectric EX's ability. But this is the deck. I really hope that you're going to enjoy that. I enjoy it so much. I think that this is an amazing deck. I think that it is competitive enough. It may need some changes. I mean, the Articuno can be replaced, probably. I think so. The Mega Turbo is not so important. Maybe the Sona is not so good. Maybe 3 Professor Bridge Observation would be better. I think that this is true. Maybe 3 Professor Bridge Observation instead of 2 Sonas would be better. And maybe other changes can apply to this deck. So in the comments below, tell me your opinion about this deck, if you think that there should be any changes, and if you want to submit your own deck and I will deck review, playtest and hit the tournaments with, just message me on YouTube, or preferably message me on my Gmail or Facebook. All of those links are in the description of this video. So I really hope that you enjoyed that. If you did, please make sure to like, and I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, take good care of yourself, be safe, and bye. See ya.